Hello again, everyone, and welcome into another edition of Wrestling with Rusty right here on YouTube for January 24th, 2025. I've been meaning to make this video for a couple of days, but just never got around to it. My personal life got in the way, but anyway, I'm here now. Thank you for coming in live or on record or playback whenever you watch this. You guys may be able to see a picture frame over my, I guess, left shoulder of a guy with no shirt on and two pictures side by side. And then it's just over top of the picture with the dog. Well, that was my longtime friend, former professional wrestler and radio guru, Tommy Angel, real name Tommy Barrett. Tommy and I were friends for probably more than 35 years. Tommy was a great wrestling talent and was great in the radio business, and now is working at a call center helping veterans, which is a good cause to help veterans. But if anybody's known somebody in their life that's a people pleaser, that is Tommy Barrett. Tommy Barrett doesn't want to stand for anything. Tommy Barrett once told me that he supported the police and all this, and then he went off on this tangent, much like the Donald Trump thumb beaters that say, well, Trump's going to put Biden in jail and this person in jail and that person in jail. Well, hey, Tommy, Biden's got a pardon. Get your shit right, buddy. But besides that point, I'm not here to take up for Biden. I'm just saying that Tommy is one of these people that don't want to stand up and fight for anything. Because sometimes when you stand up and fight for anything, you got to take a chance on pissing people off. And I've been a longtime advocate for people with disabilities, both paid and unpaid positions. And I've also been a longtime advocate for the poor. And I'm definitely not a Tommy Angel. I don't give a shit if you like me or not. I'm going to tell you the truth. I.e. Rick Del Santo, who is another ass-kissing people pleaser, just like Tommy Angel. But Tommy is one of these Trumpers. That's why I don't talk to Tommy anymore. Because Donald Trump has a significant number of people who Donald Trump could shoot somebody on live television and have it also taped. And people like Tommy Barrett / Tommy Angel and others would make an excuse for it. Well, in this case, Tommy Barrett once told me he was an advocate for the police. Hey, Tommy, if you're an advocate for the police, buddy, what do you think about the 1,500 people that Trump pardoned recently and over the last couple of days who were part of the January 6th riot / insurrection? Oh, wait a minute. Tommy Barrett says it wasn't no insurrection. Well, what the fuck was it, Tommy? You pussy. Bottom line is, whether you call it an insurrection, whether you call it a riot or whatever, some people died. Other people were injured physically. Other people were injured physically and emotionally. And other people were injured emotionally. Like I said, some died too. Property was damaged. Most of it's on video and audio tape. The vice president of the United States at the time, Mike Pence, had to be removed from the Capitol because those rioters were trying to say, hang Mike Pence and injure him. Nancy Pelosi, who I don't like either, her office was destroyed. The floor of the Capitol building was destroyed. Millions of dollars of damage cost the taxpayers to fix the property back up. And probably a bunch of other stuff that I don't even know. But the point I'm trying to make is Tommy Barrett is still a Trump supporter. Him and his wife went out and voted for Donald Trump. Well, fuck you, Tommy Barrett. Fuck you, Tommy Angel. Why don't you put as much energy into fighting for the Tommy Angel action figure that hasn't came out yet, that you promised and your butt boy Sal Corrente promised and all that? Why don't you put emphasis in fighting for that, you pussy, instead of voting for Donald Trump and now backing Donald Trump? Tommy Barrett is a people-pleasing pussy who is part of this MAGA movement, who thinks Donald Trump does no wrong. I appreciate Tommy Barrett and his days in wrestling. I appreciate Tommy Barrett for being a great broadcasting and radio extraordinaire. But Tommy Barrett is a pussy. And call me up, Tommy Barrett, if you're a pussy, and tell me if you're still supporting Donald Trump after Donald Trump pardoned these more than 1,500 people for their problems at the Capitol back on January 6, 2021, when Donald Trump was trying to steal the election. Call me up, Tommy Barrett, you pussy. The bottom line is Tommy Barrett, and recently in the last few days, not just Tommy Barrett, but I saw another guy on television that said, I would die for Donald Trump. Well, you better be careful saying stuff like I would die for Donald Trump, because I guarantee you, Donald Trump and most other politicians in this world, whether they're local, state, or federal politicians, they damn sure ain't going to die for you. But the bottom line is, Donald Trump is going to ruin this country over the next 4 years, regardless of your political party affiliation. But this video is not about Donald Trump necessarily. It's about Tommy Barrett being a people pleaser and not wanting to advocate for anything that's controversial. I do not respect Tommy Barrett. I think Tommy Barrett is an asshole. I think he's a pussy, and I'm going to send this video to him where he can hear me calling him a pussy. He's got his dick stuck in Donald Trump's ass, and I think Tommy Barrett is a disgraceful human being. But that has nothing to do with Tommy Barrett's wrestling skills back in the day. Tommy Barrett was a great professional wrestler, and Tommy Barrett was a great radio guy. And if he wasn't such a MAGA supportive pussy, I'd still be his friend. But I have no respect for Tommy Angel / Tommy Barrett. Or let me put it this way. I have respect for Tommy Angel. I don't have respect for Tommy Barrett. And I don't have any respect for Donald fucking Trump. That's the bottom line. And if you don't like what I say, unsubscribe to my channel and don't watch future videos. But if you do like what I say, not only about Donald Trump, but about anything, tell your friends to subscribe to the channel if they hadn't done so already. I always lose one or two because I'm not a pussy like a Rick Del Santo and a Tommy Barrett. I tell the truth. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. Rusty, I'm out of here. We'll see you next time for another edition of Wrestling with Rusty right here on YouTube. And until we meet again, my friends, God bless. And as the voice of AEW, Ian Riccaboni would say, happy wrestling, everybody. And thank you for your support. And God help this country with people like Tommy Barrett and Donald Trump out there. By the way, Tommy Barrett, where's the Tommy Angel action figure at, you pussy?